Welcome back to another video of That One Outdoorsman. Today, we made a big purchase for our new bass boat that was in this video right here. We got Lowrance EAGLE EYE 9. This came out at, this was introduced at ICAST last year, 2024. So let's do an unboxing video and let's take you guys through what all was in the box. So I've not opened this yet. When you open it up, which is the first time I've ever opened it, so you got the Lowrance Welcome to the Team. It's just a piece of cardboard. So there's a box on the left. It has a few pieces of hardware. Your mounting bracket. The transducer. It has 2 arrays of Active Target 2, where Active Target 2 transducer has 6 arrays. You have 2 modes, forward and down. Yeah. So you only have a 45-degree cone, whereas with Active Target 2, you get a 135. Sorry for the light, but this is the best place to have it film this. So you don't get the full view, and it's a 9-inch screen. So here's the bracket that mounts to your boat that the screen goes into, and you have the screws for your screen, and you have the cable locks that go into the back of your wires, and another hardware. Put all that stuff back where it came from. And all of the beauty itself is right here. So you have your power cord with just your standard wire. Then you've got Lowrance EAGLE EYE 9. Here is the screen to it. Sorry again about the glare. But this is going to be the first live sonar unit I've actually ever owned. I've used Active Target 2 before on a buddy's boat, but this is going to be the first one I've ever owned. From what I can tell about like smaller boats, this is perfect for it. And we have a 19-foot aluminum boat, which we probably should have Active Target on it, but we've got 2 Lowrance Gen 3s, HDS 12s. So getting Active Target, we would have to upgrade and spend like $4,000, and I don't want to do that. So instead of spending $4,000, why don't we just spend $1,000? So the screen is not touchscreen. You do have to use your keypad over here. It has just your standard, your pages, your waypoints, menu power, zoom in, zoom out, enter, exit, then your 4 keys. Then you have your slot over here for your SIM cards. Just micro SD, I mean. 9-inch screen. Very, very solid build. I mean, firm, probably 2 pounds or so. I mean, very solid. All for $1,000. You can get a 9-inch display that has charts, live sonar, 2D, and downscan. I mean, so far from what I can tell, I mean, I just got back from Bass Pro Shops. Like, I just ordered this. But, very solid unit. But without further ado, let's head to the boat and get this thing installed. Alright, so we're here at the boat, and I've got my trolling motor down just to get this transducer for my HDS 12 Gen 3 I gotta move it back so I can put the Eagle Eye transducer on there. And for this, I'm gonna use a flathead just because it has one of these. I don't know what they're called. But we'll do that real quick, then I'll show you guys what I did. Alright, so basically what I did is, you can see where this bracket mount was right here for this transducer for the Gen 3. We have an Ultrex, so I just went ahead and installed a trolling motor. This was really simple to just change it out. I know that this don't apply to the video, but we're gonna get our Eagle Eye transducer, and we're gonna mount that puppy up on the boat. Alright, so for this bracket mount for the Eagle Eye, I'm just putting it on the head of, or not the head, that's the head. The head's that black thing up there. I'm putting it on the, I don't know what you call it, probably this right here on the trolling motor. I just got your standard flathead screwdriver. You need a larger one to move these brackets, but we're gonna get this installed and catch you guys when we get this installed. Alright, so we got her all fastened down. I mean, you can tell she ain't moving nowhere. I'm moving the whole boat. But, so now we have to mount a transducer on here. It goes on here just like this, from how I understand it. You want the wire to run up the shaft of the trolling motor. You don't want it to be on the outside. And if you're putting it on this side of the prop, which I don't think you're really supposed to, just make sure you do not get it in that prop. So we're gonna walk over here and we're gonna figure out which hardware goes to it. Alright, so hardware package number 1 has, so this is all your electrical stuff. There's like your fuse thing that you have to have for it, your board, plastic pieces. This is just electrical stuff. We're gonna put all this back in the bag. Electrical stuff. Or at least that's what mine is. I don't know if they're all the same. I'm just a 13-year-old that spent $1,000 on a live sonar so he could make high school tryouts, or hope that he can make high school tryouts on his local bass fishing team. So, and self-installing it. Okay. This is going to be how you screw in your transducer to your bracket mount. And this was a one-piece hardware thing. Last but not least, I think this is going to be for mounting your screen. To mounting your bracket for your screen down. Alright, well, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to set you all up, or find a place to set you up so we can put the transducer on the trailer. Alright, so the way this goes on here, you got the wire on the inside. There are 2 little notches there. I've seen people talk about how they want to use their active target bracket so they can put it up on the shaft. You cannot do that just because the bracket for this has to have these 2 notches here. We're just gonna set that there. Or, well, actually we'll have to get our screw. Alright, so I just kind of went in there and kind of hand tightened the screw. We're gonna go grab a Phillips real quick. But I would not recommend using a screwdriver for any of this, just in case. If you do overdo that, that will throw your whole transducer. And from what I've studied, you cannot buy one of these separate. So, alright, so I'm actually, as big as this screw actually is, I'm going to be able to use my flathead that I used on these mounts to screw this down. I don't recommend doing this. I'm just a 13-year-old kid. Alright, so after looking at it, I did mount it wrong. I mounted it. I should have mounted it where I put this transducer at. Since it so it won't slide off. I don't think that it would have, but I don't want to risk it. So we're gonna change these out and hope that we don't mess up again. So, all right. So we got this transducer. I think it's that Skimmer HD. I'm not really sure what to call it, but that transducer is just hanging off, and we're putting this Eagle Eye here on the back. We got to make sure that the prop does not get in the way, or the wire does not get in the way of the prop. We're going to try to tighten this back down without having to take off the transducer. Hopefully we won't, but we'll see how this lays out. Alright, so we got everything bracketed down. I mean, that is not coming off. So we're going to put this transducer back on there, and then I'm going to show you guys how to run the wire up your trolling motor shaft. Alright, so we took a break from the transducer cable to go ahead and mount the screen. We had to take the HDS-12 off just so we could have the Eagle Eye sitting up a little bit higher. But we're gonna go ahead and do this transducer cable. You're gonna want to leave a little bit of space here, but not enough to get in the prop. And you're gonna run it up and leave a little space here, that way, because this is the Ultrexes, they turn all the way around. You don't want to tear up your cord, tear up in here in these wires. Alright, so far we've got Eagle Eye mounted, both cables plugged in. The HDS-12 moved. This is a mess, don't worry about that. So we dropped the trolling motor just to turn it on and spin it and make sure that all the cables are alright. Always use electrical tape whenever you're wiring something, especially transducer cables, just because zip ties put stress on them. And I wouldn't use rubber bands. Alright, well, we're just gonna finish electrical tape and everything, and then we're gonna do our first power up on this and see if we did something right. Alright, first power up with the Lowrance HDS. No, that's an HDS. Eagle Eye 9. See if we did something right. This is a complete mess. We're gonna have to get this figured out. Power tools, pliers, cardboard boxes. Oh well, it'll be alright. So I gave y'all a breakdown earlier in the video of what this is. This is pretty much an $1,000 unit that has forward-facing sonar. Active target features have been enabled. Select English. And then we're just going to hit accept. This is pretty much just, don't rely on this product for navigation, which is in the front of the boat. So we're going to go ahead and configure it. And then just go ahead and pretty much do the English version. So what this transducer has is the active target 2 arrays, which I've already talked about. It only has 2 arrays, one for down and one for forward. So pretty much there it is. So we have chart, sonar, downscan, live sonar, chart in 2D, live sonar in 2D, and then live sonar and downscan. This is not touchscreen. This is keypad only. I mean, there it is. I'm only going to run this in downscan and forward. So you can see this line here, it's on 60 feet and it's on 70 feet out. What you're going to want to do is to get rid of this extra, like this live sonar here that's not being used. Take your downrange off of auto, and this is really just going to depend on what you're fishing in. But 20 feet of water, you can watch that. Like the extra space, just not like be less is what I'm trying to say. You don't want to have yours on auto range. But yeah, that's the rundown of the live sonar features and installation of Lowrance EAGLE EYE 9. This is a great product. I've not been out with it on the water yet. That's going to be probably in the next few videos, hopefully. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.